You should not only excel at what you do, but also enjoy the process. In this live seminar, Dr. Earl Suttle presents unique ways to win in your work environment. Dr. Earl's seminars have been described as engaging and inspiring. Prepare to have your life changed by this amazing seminar.
If you don't write things down, you're going to forget about 94% of what I have to say. So take some good notes. Because what I found out over the years, all we need sometimes is just one good idea, don't we? One idea can take you over the top. One idea can take you where you need to go in life. So anytime I go to a seminar and workshop, I always say to myself, if I can walk away with one idea, it's worth it. Okay? So I'm going to give you ideas, a lot of them. And my point is, take some notes. I've learned, how many of you got your car, truck, or SUV, left the house, and you left something at home? And then you went back in the house, what happened? You couldn't remember what you left. And you're walking around the house like you know what it is. You don't know what it is. You forgot it. So don't trust your mind on anything today, okay? So by the way, if you can hear me, clap once. No, come on. This is Administrative Professionals Day. If you can hear me, clap once. You can see me, clap twice. If you truly ready to have a great day today, say, oh yeah. Now take a look to the person to the left and to the right and say, I'm happy that you're here. Even though I got to sit next to you this morning. But what an opportunity, really. Let me ask you a question now. How many of you in this room have never heard me speak before? Raise your hand. Gosh, I thought I was more popular than that. Shucks. So I'm curious myself. I'm curious to find the kind of group I got in front of me. What I want you to do right quick, I want you to pick a symbol. Pick a triangle, square, or circle. Pick one, but don't tell anybody yet. Just pick one, but don't tell anyone yet. Did you all pick one? All of those who chose a triangle, stand up. According to Yale University survey, you're highly, highly, highly intelligent people. Give yourself a hand. Very intelligent. Very intelligent. You can sit down now. All those who chose a square, stand up. According to Yale University survey, you're highly, highly creative people, although you don't use your creativity as much as you should, but give yourself a hand for that one. Come on. Stand up if you chose a circle. According to Yale University survey, most of the time throughout the day while you're working, your mind is preoccupied with sex and drink and alcohol. I got you. 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 Here, my next question is, how many want to change to the circle now? You know, here's my point. Don't we all need to learn to laugh more? Come on. Yeah. Someone said, be happy today because you're going to be dead a long time. Life is too important to take so what? And a lot of us don't. We take it too serious, don't we? Now, I see some of you. I see some in your offices. I'm an administrative professional. I see some of you. I'm an administrative professional. Come on. Well, and you guys are in service-oriented business, aren't you? You're serving people. I think what we need to do sometimes is lighten up. Yes. I think Mother Teresa said, service is love in action. But in order to show love sometimes, we got to stop being so rigid, so serious about everything. I see some of us like that. Let me share this with you. When you take everything so serious, other people won't take you serious. We got to lighten up. When you lighten up a little bit more with people, what does that do for you with other people? connects you with other people. It reduces the stress in the office setting. It makes you more approachable to other people. And we got to work on becoming, someone said, if you don't laugh 14 times a day, you're under-laughed. Think about that for a second. We have, a lot of us in this room have children. I know we need to, children on an average, they laugh about 400 times a day. We, as an adult, we laugh less than 40 times a day. Some of you need to get your laughter up, because he or she who learns to laugh, they last and they last and they last. It's heart attack prevention. It gets those endorphins that makes you feel better. It raises the mood. So we got, some of you need to do that on your jobs. Yes, I know your jobs are tough. But sometimes we need to work on the laughter that connects, that makes you feel better, that lightens the mood in you. Do you know a lot of times you're in charge of the whole mood in your department? And we need to think about that too. See, today I don't want you to listen to what I have to say today. I want you to think with me this morning, because I'm going to share some ideas with you. I'm going to trigger some thinking about maybe some things that you need to start doing to take your life to the next level. That's why I want you to take some notes. Life is too important to take so what? And we know that, don't we? So here's my question. How many in this room think you got a good sense of humor? Raise your hand. How many used to have one before you started your job? I got to play with you a little bit now, too. I got to mess with you a little, your mind a little bit today. So work on that today. Make sure you leave here today and say, I'm going to go back and use some more humor on my jobs. I guarantee you the day will go by faster if you get your humor better. Because people are looking for, that shows humanness in you. Next. Here's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about my 5 pearls for personal growth. I'm going to give you 5 things, and I not only work with NBA players, NFL players, but I also work with corporate executives. I work with highly successful people. And these are some things that I found out was sort of the core, the fundamentals that they had used to take their lives to the next level. So I'm going to share with you some of the fundamentals today. I'm going to talk with you how to stay motivated during tough times. These are challenging times. But do you know these times today, the way things are going today, it really tests your spiritual maturity. How many believe that? It's really now is to find out how strong you are spiritually really right now. To get you through some of these things. Here's the next one. I'm going to talk about how do you create a personal growth plan? What do you need to do to develop yourself to become better? What kind of plan you need to implement to take your life to the next level? And how to grow as leaders. Do you know right now, in your roles, you're all leaders. Right now, today, more than ever, they're looking for leaders at all levels today. So here's my question. Let me ask you a question right now. How many in this room want to become more successful? Raise your hand. How many would like to have happier family relationships? How many would like to become financially independent? All right, let's go morning aerobics in the morning. Good morning. Let's go to morning aerobics. So that's what I'm going to talk with you about today. Here's a couple themes. To lead others, you got to lead yourself first. So today is about you. It's not about your family. It's not about your job right now. It's about you leading yourself first. So want you to take some time to take a look at who you are today. And you can't connect with others unless you connect with yourself first. People are looking for leaders during challenging times today. And really, when you think about it today, this is a leadership workshop for you today. And some of you don't see yourself as leaders, and I know it. Because a lot of times I'll get with an administrative professional person. I say, what do you do? Well, I'm an administrative professional. It's sort of a down after I ask them. And what you need to do when people ask you who you are, you should say, I'm an administrative professional. Because right now, you have to be leading your departments. You got to become world class at what you do. You might say, Dr. Earl, why should I grow? Your growth determines your organization's growth. If you are growing, your organization will grow. Your growth might determine how long you stay on your job. Your growth might determine the kinds of people that want to come to your places where you work. Because they got to see you as growing people. Next. Understand this too. It's a whole new world out there today. How many believe that? With with new playing fields, rules, and players, your choice is either to learn the new game or continue to be the very best player in a game that's no longer being played. The game is different. Some of you have been professionals for 10, 12, 14 years. It's different today, isn't it? Because the customers are different. They're demanding different things from us. Our bosses are, someone mentioned early on, we have to do more with less. There's no such thing as business as usual today. It's business as unusual. We got to get skilled at understanding people more than ever because you're in the people business, aren't you? And here's a couple of things you need to think about people. Do you know everybody's walking around with a sign that says, please, please make me feel important? They got this sign on them. So your job more than anything should be what? Make them feel special. Because you are the director of first impressions. You are the first person they see. So how you make them feel make a difference. Can make a difference how they talk about you, what they say about you. So one of the things that you got to make sure you do, get your appearance up. Take a look at your appearance. Do you know there's a thing called the 4 concept? How many know the 4 concept about appearance? You need to know the 4 concept about appearance. In the first 4 seconds, a person has an impression of you. First 4 seconds. In the first 4 minutes, it's already confirmed. If it's negative, it will take you 4 years to undo that. You say, oh, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Yes, they do. So make sure you get with one of your friends and ask them, how would I look? They'll tell you straight talk. You got to get your dress better, sister. I mean, really, if they like you, if they know you got to get your appearance up. Because if you don't, you're already creating an immediate negative with people. And people out there rather view you as negative first. Isn't that mad? Isn't that sad about our world? They rather, I don't give people a chance. I make sure if I'm a speaker, I'm the best dressed person in the room. I make sure I'm the best dressed person. I don't give people an opportunity to look at me in a different way. I set the tone with them right away. So you need to do the same thing too. Every time you walk out the house, when you go to your work, make sure you're dressing the best. Because if it's negative, 4 years is a long time to undo that, isn't it? So work on your dress. It's another world. We got to move from the golden rule where you treat people the way you want to be treated. We got to move to the platinum rule. The platinum rule says this. You need to treat people the way they want to be treated. We got to get skilled at treating people the way they want if we're going to be successful today. See, today, this is what you can think about today. You have 2 choices today. You can be innovate or you can evaporate. You could expand your skills or you can be expendable. You could be a winner during this time or you could be a whiner. You could be a champion or you could be a chump. You can determine to excel during this time or you can just exist. And guess what most people are doing today? They're just trying to exist. I just can't wait to get through the day. You should be trying to get from the day. It's a difference, isn't it? Work on getting from the day. Most people, I'm just trying to get by. Here's this statement. Write this statement. Probably the most important statement I'm going to share with you today. Most important statement. If you want to be successful, find out what most people do and don't do it. Find out what most people do in America and don't do it. You guys are leaders. So here's my question. Are you reading leadership books? Are you reading personal development books that's going to take you where you need to be 5 years from now? Are you reading those books? You're either reading those books or you're what? Or you're not. Great leaders are great readers. You want to be a leader, more of a leader? Let me go to your house and check what you got in your house. What kind of things are you reading in your house? Tells a lot about you, won't it? You know what most people got in their house? Trash. Not the right kind of stuff they should be reading to develop themselves. So my point today is challenge you to strengthen yourself. See, today, because you know today, there's no such thing as job security. How many believe that? There's no such thing as 401k security. It's only skill security. You got to get your skills up, and you got to have more than one skill. Had a woman that I knew for a long time as an administrative assistant. She just got laid off. She only had one skill. I said, Nancy, you got laid off because you only had one skill, Nancy. You didn't develop your other skills. And do you know your job is an opportunity for all of you to reach your potential? It's an golden opportunity right now, because more than anything else now, because they're asking more with less, you have an opportunity to be heroes and sheroes on your jobs. You can take charge on your jobs now. So that's why you got to work on you. That's why you got to work on you. So let me ask you another question. How many in this room, when you get in your car, truck, or SUVs, be honest with me right now, listen to audio tapes for learning and growing and developing yourself? How many in the room? Raise your hand. Take a look around the room. Not many people. So if you want to be successful, you need to learn to be what? What do you think? All my successful people that I know and connect with, they learn the fact that they turn their cars, trucks, or SUV into a mobile classroom. Your car, truck, SUV is a classroom for growth and development. And we don't even recognize that. How many have children in the room? How many wish they didn't have them? I'm playing with y'all now. I got 2 daughters. I used to get in my car all the time, and I'd play these motivational tapes. They said, Daddy, why are you playing these tapes? But moms and dads, I kept playing them. I let them listen to this thing, but I said, we're going to listen to these motivational tapes. Oh, Daddy, come on. I kept doing it. One day, my daughter was out of town, and I took her car to get some gas. Guess what she had in her car? Parents, they get it. They get it. But you have to be a model for your children. Had a one woman that came in and said, well, Dr. Earl, my daughter's only 5 or 6 years of age. I had a principal of a high school who was listening to my motivational tapes. He had his daughter 7 years old in the car with him, listening to the tapes. And he turned it off. And she said, Daddy, can you play that again? So don't tell me your kids are not too young to listen to tapes on motivation. Because if you're doing it, you're modeling for them. But I've also put my daughter on the fast track to success, because now she's listening to audio tapes. She called me, Daddy, what you got some on leadership, Daddy? Daddy, you got some on finance, Daddy? I have got her jump-started into her life. And don't you want to do that with your children? But they got to see you as a model for this. If you're serious, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to get what you've been getting. You got to do some different things today if you're serious. Because if you put tapes in your car, and 1 year is equal to 2 semesters of college, you got a university on wheels, and we don't even recognize it. I call my BMW University. Because I know every time I get in my car, I'm listening, I'm learning. I've increased my income 15% in 1 year by becoming a CD learner. Isn't that interesting? Don't you want to increase your income if you're serious? But more importantly, if you're serious to model for your children. That's what I want you to talk to you today about. How well are you modeling for your children? That's why you walk into my house, I got a full library of books in my house. I haven't read all of them, but I feel smarter just walking in there, really. But you got to have it around. If you're serious, what do you think your retention is going to be if you become a CD learner? 70, 80, 90%. Because if you want to learn something, how many times are you going to put it in? How many times? As much as it takes. The mother of knowledge is repetition. If you want to learn a foreign language, you got to do what? Repetition. So if you're serious, see, you got to understand this too. Very important piece. Find out what most people do. Less than 5% of the people in America go to seminars like this for learning and growing and developing themselves. 95% of the people wouldn't want to be bothered about learning and growing in America. So you're in what kind of group? The 5%. So if you want to be successful, go to every seminar you can go to. Go, 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 life change. Go, 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 life change. Go, 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 life change. Well, Dr. Earl, which one will change my life? I don't know. But you got to keep what? Keep going. You don't. But one will change your life, I promise you. Today might be a life changing for you today. But you got to go, 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 go. I go to every workshop I can go to. I've learned that if I want to be important, if I want to develop my life, I have to invest in me. It's about investments. And my children do that all the time. I'm modeling for my kids. That's why you got to become CD learners, if you're serious. If you're not, get in the car and listen to music. Because that's what happens most of the time. Do you know when you think about it in America, this is sad. It's called E versus E. The first E has to do with entertainment. And the other one has to do with education. Do you know there's a 50-to-1 ratio of entertainment to education for most of us? 50-to-1. You say, oh, Dr. Earl's not 50-to-1. Let me show you. When you get up in the morning, what do you listen to? Turn TV on. Entertainment. You get in your car, what do you do? And you get in your car, you turn the entertainment, you get to work. You do a lot of work on the job and everything, but in between that, you what? With people, talk to people. It's about what? Entertainment. You go to lunch, what is that? Entertainment. You leave your job and you go home and get back in your car. What is it? Entertainment. You go home, then you turn on what? Turn on the TV. What is that? Entertainment. On weekends, what do we got? Entertainment. Here's my point to that. If you change your ratio, you change your life. Some of you need to stop all this entertainment and move to more education. Because you gotta be willing to get in new information all the time. Because everything you know today has a 2.5-year life on it. In other words, all the stuff you know today, it's going to be obsolete next to it. That's why you got to constantly be willing to learn more. That's why you got to constantly join that 5% who are reading a lot of books. You got to become a CD learner. And I'm more of a CD learner than I'm a book reader. But I make sure I read at least 2 books a month. So if I did 2 books a month in 1 year, what is that? How many books? In 10 years, how many books? Isn't that somehow it accumulates? So make sure that you kind of decide to do that. If you're not becoming a CD learner, learn today. See, when you become a CD learner, you become a Rhodes Scholar. Don't you want to be a Rhodes Scholar? Some people come buy my CDs, they say, Dr. Earl, I'm going to be a Rhodes Scholar when I leave here today. I'm a Rhodes Scholar. Because you got to continue to learn and grow if you're serious. If you're serious. You know, most people are only using 10% of their abilities. Isn't that sad in America? We're only using 10% of our abilities. Have you ever wondered what happened to the other 70%? Yep. I know it's 90%. I'm trying to see whether you're still with me. This is a classroom, too. I'm playing with your head right now. Okay. I know I heard about this 90. Can't even add. But I'm playing with you right now. I got to do that to keep you awake. I'm playing with your mind a little bit. And you got to do that. If we just went from 10% to 20%, we would be doing what? Doubling our effectiveness. That's all I'm asking you to do. Don't try to go from 10 to 100. Go to 10 to 20. Walk out of here and say, I'm going to start reading more books. You will not be any different from the books you read and the people you connect with in the next 5 years. Charles Tremaine Jones said that. That's why you got to be a reader. Teach your children to be readers, if you're serious. Let me go move on. So, how many in the room tend to talk to yourself? Raise your hand. If you didn't raise your hand, you probably said, do I talk to myself? We talk to ourselves all the time. Did you know that 60-70% of our self-talk tends to be negative? I can't do this, I can't do that. We got this little voice that's talking to us. You can't do this, you can do it's like a little crazy, but like my grandmother's voice. But you can't do this, you can't do that. Don't let those other people, watch what other people tell you. We got voices that tell us we can't do it. So, and the voices tell us we can't do it, what happens to your self-esteem? It goes down. What we need to do is do affirmation. Affirmations are nothing more than positive statements that you're saying to you're training your brain to become better. You got to learn to train your brain. You got to strengthen your personal self-talk, because that will raise your confidence to do things more than anything else. Oh, by the way, can I get 5 volunteers up here right now? I need 5 volunteers. Hurry up quick. I don't have much time now. They got me on the time thing now. 5 volunteers. 5 volunteers. Did I give him something? Hey. Give my hand for volunteering. Very good. Now you guys are $1 now. Here's my point to that. Guess what I saw on your faces when I said 5 volunteers? Dr. Earl, don't call me, I'm running the room. I'm scared to death. How many thought about getting out of your chair? How many thought about it? Yep, that might be what's holding you back from being the best person you need to be. Because Georgetown University did a study, found out that people who took more risk made more money, had a happier family relationships, and were more successful than those who didn't take risk. Little risk, little growth. You used to be great risk takers when you were little. You remember those days? What's your name, man? Shah. If you were in Miss Shaw kindergarten classroom and she asked for volunteers, how many of y'all would come up? Even if she said 5, how many of y'all would come up then? Oh, Miss Shaw, Miss Shaw, Miss Shaw, Miss Shaw, come on, let me help. Come on, y'all used to be that way. You used to be that way. You had social fearlessness when you were young. What happened? You made it to high school. And what happened in high school? Come on. You start worrying about what other people have to say. And some of you, in your minds, you're still in high school. You're in the same building you grew up in. You graduated, but your mind is still there. Stop worrying about what other people have to say. They're too busy with their own life. They don't worry anything about you. But we worry about what would they say at my table if I got up and left. Stop it. There was a story about a man who never risked, never prayed, never sang, never did anything. One day he passed away. His insurance claim was denied because they claimed that since he never lived, he never died. And here's my point to all of you in the room today. Most people are going through life tipping toe through the graveyards. Helen Keller said it well. She said, life should be a great adventure or nothing at all. How many should have got up? Every one of you should have ran up here. Because the first game you learned in the backyards when you grew up, well, what was the games you learned real quick? What were some of the games you learned? Come on, talk to me now. I want y'all to talk to me. Huh? Tag. What else y'all learn? Red Rover. Tell me how old you are right now. Come on, Red Rover people. Dodgeball. But the main game you learned was follow the leader. You guys have been leaders. You're leaders in your families. And your children are watching how you handle risk-taking, Michelle. They're watching you.
They've taken a lot of risk.
What you say? What you say?
They've taken a lot of risk.
They've taken a lot. Give her a hand. You got kids taking a lot of risk. Come on. Why wonderful. That's why the key thing, you really write this down, key statement. Courage is contagious, but the lack of courage is also contagious. Most of you got to work on more than anything else is your courage. How many believe that? Thank you. As long as you know that, get more courage. Work on your courage. You got $1 million and no courage. Come on. That's not good. Work on your courage. So can I get 5 volunteers up here right now? I need 5 volunteers. I need 3 volunteers. I need some 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 volunteers. I need volunteers. Okay, stop. Give yourself a hand. Now you got it. Oh, yeah, we got it now. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good for you. Come on. Come on. Well, I don't have one. I'll give you one in the back. I'll give you one. I'll give you one. Give that lady a hand for asking. Promise you. Hey, ma'am. I'll give you one in the back here. But here's one thing you got to understand. Successful people recognize this. Sometimes when I take a risk, I'm going to get something, and sometimes what? But it's good to play the game. Yes. And did you see how you all became alive? This is life here. It feels better. Most people today sit and wait and watch. Some of you would not have got up if I gave you $1 million. You'd be suspicious of it. Why did you give me $1 million?
Give it.
I ain't taking that $1 million. Because you have conditioned yourself over the years to not take risk. You've allowed the world to put you in a box. And see, the nice thing about taking risks, you became alive. I'd rather in my life you became a player rather than a spectator. And some of you have become too long of a spectator, and you're going to just tiptoe to your graveyard. You're going to die with all your music still inside of you because you're only going to use that 10%. Because you allow other people to affect how you are. The main thing you got to work on is overcoming your fears. Overcome the fears. Fear stands for forget everything and run. That's what some of you have been doing over the years. You've been running away from opportunities today. Do you know there's more opportunities than ever has been before today? There's more opportunities. I'm getting more speaking engagements. I'm doing more things in my groups, more today than I did before the recession. And a lot of my friends have not kept up because they went into this fear mode. I'm going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to be a spectator. And your children knew whether you came up here today. And whether you sit back in your chairs, because isn't that the message you're giving your kids? Sit back and wait, kids, like I do. Or wouldn't it be nice to go back and say, you know, we did this little exercise with Dr. Earl on risk taking, and I got up and took off. Wouldn't that be a powerful thing, that message you're giving them? Because life is risk. You got to take some calculated risks. Your researchers done, they found that the people who took more risks were more intelligent than those who didn't. Don't you want to be viewed as intelligent or stupid? Because there's no traffic up here. There's more freedom up here than there. Isn't that interesting? So work on your affirmation. Talk good to yourself. I keep an affirmation book with me. And anytime I walk into a speaking engagement where there's 10, 400, 500 people, I walk in the room and I say, I'm going to get 10 or 12 new speaking engagements. And guess what? Because I affirmed that, I put it out in the universe, that's what I get. So you got to start affirming yourself. You got to start building your self-esteem. You got to start building your courage. That's why you got to continue to grow. That's why I'm pushing growth on you right now. Get out of your box. You become what you think about. Poor thinking habits keep you poor. Because all of you work hard. I guarantee you all you work hard. But some of you got to get your thinking better. Let me tell you, oh, by the way, I'm going to be on Oprah Winfrey's network. Can I get a hand on that one? I'm going to be on Oprah Winfrey's network. Oprah doesn't know it yet. I got to play with you a little bit today. But you know, whatever you put out in the universe, you get. Do you know that? Guess what? Less than 10% of the people in America write their goals. And those 10% of people who write goals out, they own 90% of America. And if I were to ask you right now, where are your written goals? Could you show me your goals? You should be all working with your children on their goal settings, working with your children on your dreams. All of you should be doing that. I wish I had time to talk to you about what I did with my daughters with their dreams and goal setting when they were young. I have really strengthened their energy and gave their minds much clearer vision of where they want to go. But you got to write your goals down, everybody in the room. So let's do affirmation. Who got affirmation? I'm trying to see how much energy we got in the room. Come on, affirmations. Some of you got affirmations at your desk. Take them. Take a risk and take them. You got an affirmation card. You should have an affirmation card. Affirmation card at your desk. Okay, here's what I want to have you do right now. Hey, but you got to do this with energy, enthusiasm, and creativity. I want you to accent some words on there. Think of the words you want to accent. Put some more emphasis on some words. I don't want you to stand up. Someone needs to take that one now. Come on, at this table. I don't want you to stand up and say, I am better than I used to be. Your brain will not accept that. It's going to reject it. So what I'm asking for what now? Energy. What else? Some creativity and some passion. Okay, let's start over here up front. My up front group, come on. Show it and share it. I want energy now. Get the group going now. Where we are.
I believe in myself.
Give her a hand. All right. Oh, man, we're getting up to. What's that? Go ahead.
Challenges are my blessing.
Come on, give her a hand. Come on. We're getting better now. Come on. Over here. Energy. One at a time.
Something good is going to happen to me.
Come on. Hey. He can do that with more energy than that. Come on, sir. Come on. Come on. More energy.
All right. Something good is going to happen to me.
Give him a hand now. Now we're getting better. Thank you.
Money comes to me.
Hey. You getting all this money? You going to say it like that? Come on.
Money comes to me in unexpected ways.
Yeah, now that's better. Come on, now you getting the idea now? Come on. I want energy. Let's go. Now give yourself a hand, everybody. Come on. Powerful. Powerful. Now all those who got the cards, come on up front. Hurry up, quick. We gotta move. All those who got cards, come on up front. Hurry up. All those that got cards, come on up. Come on up in here. Hold your cards up. Now hold it. The rest of you, so that a lot of us can work on application, I want you to pick three of the affirmations that you plan to use when you go back home. Pick 3 and write them down. 3 that hit you well. 3 that hit you perfectly right, that what you need to be saying every day. 3 of them. And then the rest of you, when you get some time, just look around and see which one you want to use when you get back to your tables. You got your 3, hurry up. It's very important that you do this. Because you didn't come here for education. You came here to take some action on what you learned. So this is an action time. When you need to go back, pick your top 3. You got your top 3? Now, the rest of you take a look around the 3 that you think you want to use. Peek around the corner and see which one you want to use when you go back to your chairs. Which 3 might be good? You might want to use the card that you got already. You may want to use 2 more. Okay, ready? Let's go back. Let's go back. Thank you. Very good job. Great job. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, ma'am. That one woman who asked for it only. She gets that. She asked for it only. No. I'm sorry, but you give that lady a hand for asking that question, though. I'm going to give you a tape just for asking. Just for asking. No, I'm going to give everybody the discount prices. Trust me. I'm going to give you Administrative Professionals Day discount. Promise you. Most of my tapes are 20, 25. Everything today is 10. All my books and stuff, everything is 10 for you guys today. So special thing for all of you. So here's a couple things to think in mind about affirmations. Strengthen your self-talk. Train your brain to talk better to yourself. That erases the negative stuff. That strengthens your self-confidence and courage. And so understand this, your brain is like a computer. It only obeys what you tell it. It only obeys what you tell it. You can reprogram your mind. Let me see how well you add. 9 plus 1 is what? 8 plus 2 is what? Come on, stay with me. 7 plus 3 is what? 6 plus 4 is what? 5 plus 5 is what? Aluminum cans are made out of what? Aluminum. Aluminum cans are made out of aluminum, not tin. But did you see what I did with your brain? I started to train your brain. And let me tell you, when you do the affirmations, you don't have to do it for a month. Do it for 2 or 3 days in a row. And I promise you it'll make a difference in your thinking. So let's deal with the next one. How many feel like Mother Teresa? I know God won't give me more than I can handle. I just wish he didn't trust me with so much. How many feel that way some days? I know, amen to that, someone said. But here's my point. How many feel burnout some days? Straight talk. Can I share this with you? That's a compliment to be burnt out. Your job requires high energy. Stephen Covey said, are you radiating positive energy wherever you go? Your job requires positive energy. And I think what sometimes we do get burnt out. We got to find different ways to just get our energy going again. Find different ways to going to these seminars. For me, it's re-energizing for me. So find different ways. You know, do you wake up in the morning and say, good morning, Lord? Or do you wake up in the morning and say, good Lord, this morning? What do you say in the morning? So work on your energy. Some days you got to come in and you got to fake it till you make it. How many believe that? You don't feel like, but fake it for a while, and you get better. So that's working on your mind. Next, take some alone time. Take some time to feel what did I do just then? I took some quiet time. Some of you need to take more quiet time to feel the well of inspiration. You need to, I think Plato once said, a life not reflected upon is a life not worth living. Some of you need to take some time and step back away from your children, step back away from your life, and start asking yourself, here's some questions you got to ask yourself. Number one, are my present skills taking me where I need to go? That's what you should ask yourself, Cynthia. Are the skills you have, is it taking you where you need to go? If it's not taking you where you need to go, I suggest you hang around people who are bigger, faster, and smarter and brighter than you. I suggest you start seeking out successful people. Plotting, plan to scheme to get around successful people. Because they'll help you, won't they? They recognize this. There's a law of reciprocity. It's a law of giving. But you got to ask for their help. You got to ask. You can't G-E-T unless you A-S-K. Ask for help. Some of us don't ask for help. So make sure you're taking, here's another question you need to answer. How am I doing? How am I doing spiritually? How am I doing socially? How am I doing educationally? Ask yourself those questions. And here's a more important one. I'm sorry I'm moving a little faster than I should go. But I got so much to give you today. Wish I had all day with you. Another day maybe. Here's another question. What kind of a person do I have to become to have everything I want in life? That's a good question, isn't it? What kind of a person do I have to become to have everything I want in life? That's a good reflection question. Start asking yourself that question. And here's another very important question we don't ask ourselves. Is the best of me coming home to my family at night? The key statement I want you to write this down on this one is learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your jobs. I got that statement 10, 12 years ago, hearing Jim Rohn say that. That statement changed my life. He said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Isn't that something to think about? Because at that time, I loved my job. I was working harder on my job, and I was not working harder on my what? And I found out I had diabetes. I was not taking care of my health. I was working hard on my job, Guess what? Start having marital problems. And do you know something that someone once said? All the success on your jobs cannot compensate for the lack of success in your home lives. And someone asked me today, Dr. Earl, how do you become so successful today? Guess what I've worked on now? I've worked on my home life. So I tell the people right now, the reason I'm successful today is that I have a home field advantage. Don't you want to have a home field advantage? Because if you got a home field advantage, you can do anything on your job. It triples into your work, doesn't it? If you got a home field advantage. So here's something, ladies, I'm going to tell you right now. Ladies, write this one. See, because when you start working on yourself, you automatically bring more to your job. You bring more to your families. You bring more to your community. But you got to start making yourself, and ladies, I'm talking more to you than the guys. Because there's a tendency, ladies, is what do? We're always taking care of what? Everybody but ourselves. So ladies, write this statement down. Learn to give yourselves to yourselves before you give yourselves away. Susan Taylor said that. Susan Taylor said that. Learn to give yourselves to yourselves before you give yourselves away. Take that home with you today. Woman came to me, Cindy came to me, Dr. Earl, you made that little statement about taking care. Guess what I'm doing, Dr. Earl? I'm starting to take care of myself more. I'm starting to take care of myself. My life is better because I'm taking care of what? Taking care of me more. So, ladies, raise your hand. We got to get to, before we go today, raise your hands, ladies. All ladies, raise your hand. Repeat after me. I deserve to take some time away from my family without feeling guilty. Good. Put your hand down now. Guys, raise your hand. Come on, the guys. Come on. I deserve. Come on, out loud now. Come on, guys. I deserve to support them. Come on, let's go. Y'all said that. Y'all didn't say that loud enough. And my point is, take care of yourself. So real quick, I'm finding out how well you're taking care of yourself. Everybody stand up. This is the important time. Stand up, everybody. Stand up. I'm going to give you a health survey right now. I'm trying to check on your health right now. Because do you know how you feel about your health is how you feel about yourself. So here's a health survey. We've got to do it quick. If you text while you are driving your car or truck or SUV, sit down. If you normally text while you're driving, come on, be honest. How dangerous is that, especially if you got children? And people are doing it. It's on the rise. Thank you for being honest. Give that woman a hand for being honest. Thank you. I respect that. Here's another one. If you got more than one intimate love relationship in your current life, sit down. That's all right. I got to say it at least. Here's another one. If you smoke cigarettes, sit down. If you do not exercise at least 3 times per week for perspiration's sake, sit down. Well, we lost a lot of you already. That's all right. At least you're getting honest about it. If you've not had a complete physical examination in the last 4 years, a complete examination, ladies over 40, you need to have a what? Thank you. Sit down. If you drink more than 18 glasses of alcohol beverages per week, sit down. I know it. We got some folks, we got some guys back there that kind of adding things up right now. If you do not watch your diet on a fairly regular basis, be conscious of your diet on a regular basis, sit down. If you get into your car, you do not buckle up your seatbelt each time you get into your car, sit down. Let's give a hand to the healthiest people in the room. Come on, wonderful. You're either the healthiest persons or you're telling a lie, one or two. And here's my point. Here's my point. My point is not to embarrass you. Those are high-risk behaviors. If you're involving yourself in high-risk behaviors, all I'm telling you to do is what? Change. Take a look at it, if nothing else. I never forget, I was having breakfast with my daughter one morning, and then she was putting too much sugar on her cereal. I said, honey, you're putting too much sugar on your cereal. She said, Daddy, you do the same thing? And they're watching you, aren't the parents? Monkey see, monkey do. If you involve yourself in high-risk behaviors, you are really telling your children it's okay. And I don't think not one of you want to set your children up. I don't think not one of you in this room want to do that. I never forget, I did a seminar one time with people in the senior citizens. Everybody in the room was about 90 and above. I said, what's the #1 health problem in America? And a woman in the back said, Dr. Earl, the #1 health problem in America is constipation. I said, no, ma'am, it's not constipation. She said, son, wait till you get to be my age. But we got to work on that. I mean, my point is, work on your health. Some of you don't do well because you don't feel well. The spirit is willing, but the body is what? Treat your bodies like a what? We know that's biblical, like a temple, not a woodshed. The physical part of you is a very important part of you for personal development. Ideas that goes around tend to invest themselves in healthy people. If you're not healthy, ideas will say, no, you're not healthy. You're not strong enough to handle this. I'm going someplace else. That's what ideas do. So that's why you got to constantly work on you. Work on the physical part of you. The greatest honor you can do for your children is to take care of yourself. And let me share this quick story. This had to do with, a survey was done with almost 3,000 students. And they asked them, if you had one wish for your parents, what would your one wish be? And they gave it to them. And then they asked the parents, what do you think the one wish was for your children? What do you think they came up with, the parents? The one wish that the kids would have for you as parents. The one wish these kids had for their parents. Spend more time. Most of the parents said it was more time. Only 10% of the kids said more time. 10% said more time with the mother, 15% said more time with the father. The majority of kids said their #1 wish was that all of their parents would be less stressed and less tired. Isn't that amazing? They see you as high-stress folks. You're radiating to them every day. So they're telling you what, parents? They want you to do more what? Take care of yourself. Take a little bit more care of you. Does that make sense today? That's what the kids are saying. There's one more time. Something to think about, isn't it? See, I'm giving you, is some of this stuff important? Is this some of this stuff helpful? Is this helpful? Okay, I got to come with a little bit more time with you. A little bit more time with you. Next one. Take that alone time. I got to move now. Work on your attitude. Here's a couple attitudes. I'm not coming in early. I'm not staying late because that's all they pay me. Come on, like that, don't we? Come on. Here's some attitudes. Here's another attitude. I'm going to come in early and I'm going to stay late because I don't care what they pay me. I need to invest in myself. Different kind of attitude, isn't it? Let me ask you a question. How many come to work 5 days with a positive attitude? 5 days a week with a positive attitude? 4 days a week? 3 days? Once a month? Some hands didn't go up at all. My goodness. Boy, you're going to have to take a look at yourselves today. Attitude is not everything, but it's the main thing. So let me give you quickly, give you 4 attitudes and I work on getting out of here. Here's the first attitude you need to have is an attitude of gratitude. You need to be grateful today. And especially if those, you know, when I feel I'm tired a lot of times and I feel exhausted one day, what I do a lot of times too, because when I get tired, let me tell you what happens to me. There's 2 kinds of people in this world. There are ducks and there are eagles. When I get tired, I become a duck. And I'm quacking, quack, quack, quack. All my job, quack, quack, quack. All this work I got to do, quack, quack. All my balls, quack, 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 quack. You know, we got a lot of ducks in our companies, don't we? In our organizations. And they're walking around like ducks, quacking, quacking, quacking. You know what I'm talking about. They're whining all the time, aren't they, and quacking. Or you can choose to be an eagle. So when I find myself becoming a duck, and we all become ducks, don't we? One of the things that I do when I find myself becoming a duck is I pull out my gratitude card. And I take a moment and reflect on what I'm grateful for. Here's my gratitude card. My health is getting better. Found out years I had diabetes, and I'm working on my diabetes. I'm working on it. I'm going to gym, working out a little bit more. I'm exercising more than I have, but I know my health, I'm grateful that my health is getting better. Here's another one. I have good people skills. I get hired a lot of times because I connect well with people. My business has gone up because I'm a good person connector. I have a dedicated, faithful wife. I told my wife the other day, I said, honey, if you ever left me, I'm going with you, baby. I got you. I'm going with you. So when you go home and I say, honey, if you ever leave me, I'm going with you, baby. I'm going to pack up my bags and we're going to go together. Here's my another one. Here's my another one. Boy, I like it. So you got your, see, they say if you don't laugh 14 times a day, you're underlaughed. You're getting your laughter up. Good. And my books and my CDs are selling well. I'm very grateful for that. And I have healthy girls. So let's take a moment. And what I want you to do, you got 3 by 5, you got some cards at your table. Let's do this quickly because we don't have a lot of time left. I want you to quickly write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Hurry up. We don't have a lot of time. We got like a minute to do this. 3 things that you're grateful for. How you doing? Good. Just 3 things, real quickly. We got to move. We got to move a little bit now. What are you grateful for? I want to hear top 3. What are your 3?
I'm thankful for Jesus, my family, and my health.
Thank you. Give her a hand. Thank you. Next, over here. Way in the back, man. Way in the back. Yeah, give her a hand. All right, one more. I need one more person. Over here. Come on, quickly.
My son is happy and healthy. My husband and I both have jobs, and we have a good support system in our family.
Give her a hand. Wonderful. How important is this for you to, when you feel yourself becoming a duck some days, put it someplace. Put it in your blueberries, your blackberries, your hollyberries. Put it someplace. Put it someplace where you can see it when you're feeling like a duck. Because we do become ducks, don't we? We do. Very important. Here's my next one. So repeat after me, everyone. Say, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. See, when you express your gratitude, you open up the door to get more. And some people too much got negative attitudes during these times, don't they? Thank you. So take a look at your attitude. Be grateful. Wouldn't that be nice if you got with your job and everyone on the job start writing down their gratitude cards that you work with every day? Wouldn't that be a very powerful thing to do? Let me quickly tell you a quick story. Stay with me now. I'm getting near the end. This is a story about a man who had a horse. Only one horse and a son. One day, the only horse he had got up and left. Is that good or bad? Come on, stay with me now. The only horse he had got up and left. Is that good or bad? 2 weeks later, this horse came back with 15 stallions. Is that good or bad? Could be bad because you got to feed them, right? 3 weeks later, the little boy tried to ride one of the horses, fell and broke his leg. Is that good or bad? 2 weeks later, the Army came to draft this boy. They couldn't draft him because he had a broken leg. Is that good or bad? Could be bad, too. 3 weeks later, the Army that would have drafted him were all wiped out in the war. Is that good or bad? What's my point about life? Whatever happens to you could be what? Worse. Good. I like this group. Come on, stay with me now. Whatever happens to you, it could be worse. So when you go home the next day or whatever, when you get in your car, truck, or SUV and you don't quite like it, the first thought should be what? It could be what? Worse. When you look at the house you're living in or the apartment you're living in, the first thought should be what? It could be, come on. Worse. When you roll out of bed and look at your spouse, no, don't go there. I'm just playing with y'all a little bit today. Come on, it could be worse. So someone is complaining on your job about things, and they whine, don't they? Tell them it could be worse. Thank you. And here's the next one. I'm getting near the end now. You got to also have you can have a recession mindset or a wealth mindset out there. You got to also have what I call a bounce back attitude. Life will knock you down. How many have been knocked down before? I have. I've lost jobs. You know, things have happened to me. You know, when they say when one door closes, a garage door opens sometimes. Think about that. So, but you're going to have a bounce back attitude. So who's going to need a ball to remind yourself you need a bounce back? I'm getting near the end now. Who's going to need a ball? Who's going to need a ball? Who's going to need a ball? I can't throw it way back there in the back. Wait a minute. Who's going to need a ball to remind yourself? Trying to get some on both sides of the room. Who's going to need one? Over here, over here, over here. Way in the back. You got to catch it. You got to catch it over here. Who's going to need one? Who's going to need one? Who's going to need one over here? Over here. Who's going? Way in the back. Oh, over here. Catch it, catch it, catch it, catch it. Oh, you got to catch it now. They're coming. Hold it. Who else going to need one? Over here, over here. Over here. Over there, over here. I can't. Some of you too far back. Over there, all right, over here, way in the back. You got to catch it. You got to catch it, way in the back. All right. Who else going to need one? Who's going to need one? Who's going to need one? Who's going to need one? Give him a hand, give him a hand, all right. Oh, good. Wonderful. Give him a hand right now, that's beautiful. Because when you think about it, that's the attitude you got to have in life. Oh, Dr. Earl, can you bring it to me? No. And the number one thing you got to have and work on is your enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm about your job makes the difference. Work on your enthusiasm. What's your dance like in life? How are you dancing through your job every day? Here's a couple of dances. Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. 5 days a week. And we got people like that, don't we? That's how they come to work every day. You know, here's another one. Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. And if you are a mother, the dance is a little different, isn't it, moms? Get up, go to work, come home, go to work, go to bed. You know, you got that work at the time. Come on. I'm playing with y'all. I'm playing with you right now. And my last question is, how many in this room are self-employed? How many are self-employed? How many are self-employed? How many are self-employed? How many are self-employed? You all self-employed. You don't work for your jobs. You work for you. That's an attitude. So if you're doing lousy things on your job, then you're hurting yourself. You're not hurting the company. It is you, Inc. So, by the power invested in me today, I crown all of you in this room presidents of your lives. Give yourself a hand, you're president. So if someone asks you, where did you go the other day, tell them you went to a presidential conference today. Well, we talked about only presidential matters. But real quickly on your list here, I'm going to just wrap this up here. When I ask people about a plan for growing and developing, they don't have a plan. You need to have a written plan for growing. And I'm always listening to CDs, I'm reading books, I'm hanging around people who are bigger and faster than me, and make sure you have a plan. And I got a place where you can write it down at the end. And I want to mention one thing to you. I got my books and my CDs in the back. I told you normally around $20, $25. Because of your day today, everything is $10 today. I'll take a check, cash. If you do not even have money, don't worry about it. Take something with you, and just take an envelope with you, and you send it back, send me a check in the mail. How's that? How is that if you don't have it? But I want you to be honest with me and make sure you, by Scout's honor, you're going to send it to me, really. And John, let me tell you something why I do this, because many times people say, Dr. Earl, how can you as a speaker not trust people? I trust people. And guess what I do? I get 80, 90% of back people tells me, and they put a little note in there saying, Dr. Earl, thank you so much for trusting me, because I just didn't have the money right then. So I understand, take what you need, but just honor that, take my business card and then send me a check in the mail. I love getting money in the mail anyway. I said, this came from Sue. And she said, wrote me a nice little letter with that too. And I believe in it, because you got to continue learning and growing. But one thing, I never leave my audiences without taking time to do this. I want you to think about those young men and those young ladies who are fighting, risking their life for us. Real quickly, let's stand and give those people and their families a round of applause. Come on, come on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good, you can sit down. And I want you to forget one thing. Don't forget this one thing. I'm going to give you some affirmation at the end right now. I want you to all to repeat after me. I am an original. In all the world. There's nobody like me. Never has been. Anyone like me. I own my thoughts, my attitudes, and my behaviors. Everything about me is authentically me. All of my successes and all of my failures are choices that I make. I can conquer me. No, come on. I can conquer me. And I'm okay. And I'm powerful. I want you to get up and tell 4 people I'm okay and I'm powerful. Oh yeah, come on. I'm okay and I'm powerful. Come on, I'm okay and I'm powerful. I'm okay and I'm powerful. Very good. See, doesn't that feel good? See, one thing we got to understand too, never underestimate how big you are. You are bigger than you get to give yourself credit. And my last thing, since I think while we're here, there's a call. A lot of us sometimes, folks don't want us to do well. I think we need to make sure we stick closer together. And this is my last thing. The last thing, standing up. Everyone stand up. Last thing. Last affirmation. And I want you to repeat after me loud and clear. I feel good about myself. I feel fantastic. I feel good about all the people around me today. An experience that will follow me for all the days of my life. Because when I leave here, as an administrative professional, I'm going to walk with good. And I'm going to talk with good. And I'm going to work with good. And that's good. Good, good, good. Good, better, best. I promise to never let it rest. Until my good is my better. And my better is my best. Lose not faith. Lose not hope. Go forward. Uplift humanity. I'm a winner! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.